points for the topic if a woman is single for a long time. 1, self-worth and independence, emphasizing the value of knowing your own worth and being independent. 2, personal growth, focusing on how being single offers time for self-discovery and personal development. 3, not defined by relationship status, challenging the belief that a woman's value is tied to whether she's in a relationship or not. 4, strength in solitude, highlighting the power that comes from being comfortable alone and finding inner peace. 5, quality over quantity, encouraging the idea that being selective in relationships is more important than rushing into something just to be in one. 6, creating a full life, discussing how a woman can have a fulfilling and vibrant life without a partner. 7, cultural pressure, acknowledging societal expectations and how they can negatively impact a woman's self-esteem when she's not in a relationship. 8, empowerment and freedom, celebrating the freedom that comes with being single and how it allows for more control over one's life and decisions. Now, here's the motivational speech. You know, there's this strange thing society does. It tells women that there's something wrong if they're single for a while, like it's some kind of curse or a reflection of their inability to find love. But let me tell you this, being single for a long time is not a flaw, it's a journey. It's a period of discovering who you are when no one else defines you, when no one else tries to label your worth. When you're on your own, you're forced to face yourself. You get to see the strength in your silence, the peace in your own company, the beauty of your own heart. You can fall in love with your own growth, your own dreams, your own passions. There's nothing wrong with wanting to invest in you first. It's easy to think that a woman is incomplete without a man, but the truth is you're whole right now. Your worth is not based on someone else's love for you. Your value is in the way you walk through life with confidence, in the way you build your dreams, and in the way you rise every single time life tries to knock you down. When you're single, you get the luxury of shaping your life on your own terms. You learn what you truly need in a partner, what you won't settle for, and how to love yourself fiercely. And let me tell you, when you start loving yourself that much, the right person will come. Or maybe you won't even need one because you already have everything you need within you. So don't let anyone make you feel lesser because you haven't found the right person yet. Being single for a while isn't a mark of failure. It's a testament to your strength, your independence, your patience. It's proof that you know your worth and you're waiting for the person who will appreciate you for everything you already are, not someone who will complete you because you are already complete. You don't need validation from anyone else. Your life is full, your heart is full, and you are enough. So don't let anyone tell you that being single is something to be ashamed of. Embrace this chapter for all the beauty and strength it brings. Keep building your empire. Keep being the woman you've always been meant to be. Strong, independent, and unapologetically yourself. Knowing your worth is the foundation of a life well lived. It's about understanding that you are valuable simply because you exist, not because of anything you do or how anyone else sees you. So many people struggle with finding their own value, especially women who are often conditioned to seek validation from others. But the truth is, once you realize that your worth comes from within, everything changes. Being independent is not just about standing alone. It's about standing strong in who you are. It's about learning to rely on yourself, trusting your decisions, and recognizing that you don't need someone else to define your happiness or success. Independence means that you have the ability to take care of your own needs, emotionally, mentally, and physically, and that you are fully capable of creating the life you want. When you are truly independent, you are not seeking to fill any void or seeking approval from others. Instead, you make choices based on what serves you best, not based on the expectations or judgments of others. You understand that you deserve respect, and you're not afraid to set boundaries to protect your peace, your goals, and your dreams. Your independence is a reflection of your self-respect and your acknowledgement of your worth. The more you embrace it, the less you rely on external sources for your happiness or self-esteem. You start realizing that being self-sufficient isn't a burden. It's a form of strength that empowers you to build a life that's entirely your own. This is not to say that connections with others aren't important, but rather that your value doesn't hinge on those connections. You can love deeply, share your life, and be open to others, but none of those things should make you feel incomplete without them. True self-worth and independence come from within, from knowing who you are at your core, and from building the life you want with confidence, purpose, and grace. Being single allows you the precious opportunity to grow and evolve in ways that wouldn't be possible when constantly entangled in someone else's life. It's a time to reflect, to learn, and to become the best version of yourself. Personal growth doesn't just happen when things are easy. It happens in the moments when you are pushed to your limits, when you are forced to face your own fears, and when you embrace your challenges instead of running from them. Being single gives you the freedom to explore your passions, pursue your dreams, and invest fully in yourself. You have time to figure out what truly makes you happy, what kind of person you want to become, and where you want to go. It's a phase where you can take the time to deeply understand your own strengths and weaknesses. You learn what you're capable of when you have no one else to rely on but yourself. Personal growth also means being willing to face your own flaws, to acknowledge areas where you need improvement, and to work on them without the distractions of a relationship. You start to understand your own needs on a deeper level, and this self-awareness guides you in every aspect of life, whether it's in your career, your relationships, or your personal development. The beauty of being single is that you can prioritize your own needs, your own happiness, and your own well-being without feeling the pressure to compromise for someone else. You are free to discover what makes you tick, what excites you, and what brings you fulfillment. During this time, you have the opportunity to create a solid foundation of self-love and self-care, which will ultimately prepare you for the healthiest, most fulfilling relationships in the future, if that's what you choose. This journey of personal growth is often overlooked when people are in relationships. But when you embrace the time you have to work on yourself, you emerge stronger, wiser, and more confident. The lessons you learn while single are some of the most powerful and transformative ones you'll ever encounter. They shape you into the person you were always meant to be, and they empower you to live life on your own terms, no matter what anyone else thinks. There is an unspoken pressure in society that suggests a woman's worth is directly linked to her relationship status, as if her value is somehow diminished by being single for any period of time. But this couldn't be further from the truth. The idea that a woman's value is only legitimate if she is in a relationship is a harmful narrative that needs to be broken. The truth is, you are whole, complete, and valuable exactly as you are, regardless of whether or not you have a partner. Being single doesn't define who you are. It doesn't erase your accomplishments, your dreams, or your potential. It simply means you are choosing to live life on your terms and to focus on what matters most to you. It means that you have the space to nurture your own growth and to carve out a life that is rich in purpose, passion, and fulfillment without relying on anyone else to fill in the blanks. We often forget that people who are in relationships are still individuals, still with their own stories, their own strengths, and their own challenge. A relationship should enhance your life, not complete it. Your worth is not determined by your relationship status, nor should your happiness be contingent on whether or not you have a partner. It's easy to fall into the trap of comparing yourself to others, of thinking that you must follow a certain path in life in order to be seen as successful or desirable. But that path is yours to create. And you should never allow anyone's expectations or standards to diminish your sense of self-worth. When you know your value, you can stand strong in your own identity. You are not looking for someone else to define who you are or to validate your existence. Your worth is something that no one can take away from you. And it is not contingent on anything external. It is rooted in the person you are becoming, in the love you give to yourself, and in the strength you draw from within. You don't need a relationship to feel whole, because you already are. Embrace who you are as you are and know that you are more than enough. Relationships can be wonderful, but they are not the measure of your worth. Your life, your passions, your dreams, they are what make you valuable. Don't let anyone, not even yourself, tell you otherwise. Solitude is often misunderstood in a world that constantly celebrates connection and togetherness. Being alone can be seen as a negative thing. But in reality, there is an incredible power in solitude, a strength that comes from being entirely at peace with your own company. When you are alone, you are given the opportunity to connect with yourself in ways that are impossible when constantly surrounded by others. There is something truly empowering about learning how to enjoy your own presence, to sit with your thoughts and emotions without the need for distractions. Solitude allows you to reflect on your life, your goals and your desires. It gives you the space to heal, to grow, and to recharge. You are no longer defined by the roles you play for others, but by who you are in your most authentic form. It's in these quiet moments that you truly get to know yourself. When you embrace solitude, you learn to rely on yourself for comfort and support. You discover the strength to handle life's challenges on your own without feeling the need to lean on someone else. This doesn't mean you have to shut out the world or avoid relationships altogether. It means that you have learned to find peace and stability within yourself first. You learn to trust your own judgment, to make decisions that align with your values, and to walk through life with a sense of self-assurance. Being comfortable with solitude also means you are not afraid of spending time alone with your thoughts. You learn to appreciate the stillness, the silence, and the freedom that comes with it. You start to realize that you don't need external noise or validation to feel whole. You are enough just as you are in your own space. Solitude allows you to cultivate a deep inner peace that is hard to find when you're constantly looking outside yourself for answers. It's where you find clarity, strength, and a renewed sense of purpose. Once you learn to stand strong in your own company, you are no longer dependent on others to fill the gaps in your life. You've discovered the most important relationship you will ever have, the one with yourself. In a world where instant gratification and fast-paced relationships are often celebrated, there is immense value in taking your time when it comes to matters of the heart. Being selective is not about being picky or difficult. It's about recognizing the importance of quality over quantity. You don't need to rush into a relationship simply to meet societal expectations or to fill a void. Instead, you have the power to choose a partner who truly aligns with your values, goals, and vision for the future. The process of being selective is about knowing what you truly need in a relationship, understanding the qualities that complement your life, and being able to walk away from anything that doesn't serve you. It's easy to settle for a relationship out of loneliness or fear of being alone, but doing so means compromising your happiness and your own standards. When you embrace the idea of quality over quantity, you free yourself from the pressure to conform to what others believe is the right timeline or the right kind of relationship. By taking your time, you open yourself up to finding a connection that is deep, genuine, and lasting. You understand that a healthy relationship is built on trust, respect, and mutual understanding, not just shared interest or physical attraction. When you stop rushing and start being more selective, you are giving yourself the opportunity to find someone who truly adds value to your life, someone who enhances your personal growth and complements the person you are becoming. Choosing to prioritize quality means you will not settle for less than you deserve. It's a recognition that you are worthy of a relationship that contributes to your happiness, your well-being, and your dreams. You will no longer accept mediocrity because you know your worth. And when you finally do find the right person, the wait will be worth it. You'll know that this relationship was built on the foundation of mutual respect and understanding, not on a rush to fill an empty space. Being single doesn't mean your life is incomplete or lacking. It simply means you have the freedom to live life on your own terms. In fact, it can be one of the most fulfilling and empowering times of your life. When you're single, you have the autonomy to pursue your own passions, to travel, to focus on your career, or to dedicate time to personal growth without any restrictions. You are free to make choices based solely on your own desires and goals, not influenced by anyone else's expectations or needs. This period of life offers you the opportunity to create a life that is rich, vibrant, and full of purpose, even without a partner. You can fill your time with activities and experiences that bring you joy, build relationships with friends and family, and explore parts of yourself that may have been overlooked when you were in a relationship. It's a time to invest in yourself, to develop new skills, hobbies, and passions that will bring you satisfaction and fulfillment. The beauty of living a full life while single is that it allows you to strengthen your sense of self and become more resilient in the face of challenges. You develop a deep sense of inner contentment, knowing that your happiness comes from within, not from someone else. You begin to realize that you are your own greatest companion and that you can thrive independently. Creating a full life also means that when a relationship does come along, it won't be out of desperation or a need to fill a void. Instead, it will be a choice, an addition to an already rich and rewarding life. You won't need someone to complete you because you have already built a life that is complete in its own right. And if the right person never comes along, you will still be whole, content, and fulfilled, knowing that your life is yours to shape and enjoy. The key is understanding that being single doesn't diminish your worth or your ability to live a meaningful and impactful life. It gives you the space and freedom to focus entirely on yourself, to grow into the person you are meant to be, and to create a life that is not only fulfilling, but also uniquely yours. The pressure that society places on women to be in a relationship, to find a partner by a certain age, or to settle down in a prescribed timeline is overwhelming. From family gatherings to social media, everywhere you look, there seems to be an expectation that being in a relationship is the ultimate sign of success. This cultural pressure can be incredibly isolating, especially when you're perfectly content with your life as it is, or when you're still waiting for the right person to come along. But it's essential to recognize that this pressure doesn't reflect the reality of a fulfilling life. It's merely a set of societal standards that do not account for the complexity of individual experiences. Just because others may think you should be in a relationship doesn't mean that's the right choice for you, or that you're somehow failing if you're not. These external pressures can affect your confidence, making you feel less worthy or incomplete just because you're not in a relationship. But here's the truth. You are not defined by whether or not you have a partner. Your value comes from your abilities, your character, your achievements, and the way you live your life, not from meeting some arbitrary expectation. When you embrace your own timeline, you reclaim your power. You no longer live according to the rules of others. You don't have to prove anything to anyone, and you certainly don't have to rush into something just to meet external expectations. The cultural narrative that says you must be coupled up to be happy or complete is flawed, and it's time to break free from it. By acknowledging and rejecting this societal pressure, you empower yourself to make choices that align with your own desires and values. You understand that your life is not a checklist to complete, but a journey to experience on your own terms. And in doing so, you free yourself to pursue a path that brings true fulfillment without succumbing to external judgments. Being single offers an incredible sense of empowerment and freedom. It's a time when you have full control over your life, decisions, and how you spend your time. Without the responsibilities and compromises that come with a relationship, you are free to shape your world exactly the way you want it. You don't have to answer to anyone, and you can pursue your goals without hesitation or limitation. This freedom is not just about what you do, but also about how you think and feel. When you're single, you have the liberty to explore new opportunities, travel, focus on personal projects, and deepen your interests without considering anyone else's needs or desires. You can change your mind, switch paths, and take risks, knowing that the only person whose approval you need is your own. This sense of independence is a gift that should be cherished, as it allows you to learn who you are and what you truly want from life. Moreover, being single gives you the freedom to set boundaries that protect your peace and well-being. You can prioritize your own happiness and mental health, creating space for growth without the external pressure of maintaining a relationship. This autonomy also allows you to develop a deeper connection with yourself, strengthening your sense of self-worth and confidence. But the greatest power in being single comes from the realization that you don't need anyone to complete you. You are whole, and you have the ability to navigate the world and create a fulfilling life on your own. This freedom, while often underestimated, is a powerful force that enables you to live authentically, pursue your dreams without compromise, and truly be in control of your future. You don't have to wait for a partner to fix your life or bring you happiness. You have the freedom to make yourself happy and to live life as you see fit at your own pace. In the end, being single is not a reflection of your worth or a sign that something is wrong. It is a time of self-discovery, growth, and empowerment. It's a space where you have the freedom to live life on your own terms without the pressure of societal expectations or the need to define your happiness through someone else. Being single gives you the opportunity to build a strong foundation of self-love, to create a life that is fulfilling, rich with experiences, and driven by your own desires. It is a time to be selective, to focus on quality over quantity, and to embrace your independence. The beauty of being single is that you are in control of your own journey. You don't need to rush, and you certainly don't need to feel less than because you're not in a relationship. You are already enough just as you are. Embrace this time, learn from it, and celebrate the incredible person you are becoming. Your worth is not determined by a relationship status. It is inherent in the way you carry yourself, the dreams you pursue, and the love you give to the world. And when the right person comes along, it will be because you've built a life that's already whole.